It's I don't know, 8:30 or so on Friday morning. I think this is the 25th or 26th, 25th, I think. We are now in Michigan, and we're headed to Canada. And the first thing I wanted to talk about this morning is the U.S. bicycle route signs that I've been riding since we hit the Michigan shore, and we're going to pretty much be on this route all the way to near the point that we turn to go into Canada. Canada is only going to be a couple hundred miles, and so we should have plenty of time. We think we're going to hit the Canadian border by before the end of this month, and we think in 3 days or 4, probably 4. We stayed last night up back in that direction in a place called Temple, and it was Dugans Canoe Livery and RV park and campsite. So it was the only site that we could find near the route. And because of that, I had to ride yesterday 91 miles to get to that site. I'm about 4 miles up the road now, getting ready to turn on this road and head out in typical adventure cycling fashion. You can see the next route to confirm you're on the correct bicycle route. And this is a national bicycle route. So to make sure you're on the correct route, and back in typical fashion in the rural part of the area. We're on not a super busy road, nice wide shoulder, but pretty fast traffic, and it's good to get off of it. You see in the distance here, looks like some maybe Christmas trees, or that could be a windbreak. I'm not sure. Could be a tree farm. Who knows? But 91 yesterday, about 60 today, so we'll get, our target has been around 50 to 60, and so we'll get about 3 days worth of riding in 2 days this time. This was after a layover in Manitowoc for 2 extra days, and then getting on the ferry, the Badger. Great history on the Badger. It's the only coal-powered ship in the United States, in North America for that matter. And it is, it's been in existence since the year after I was born in 1953. That's when it hit the water. So that was pretty cool. We were in a berth for 4 hours, a little small cabin, and I slept. I mean, I just took it easy, had a couple of beers before, and then I slept until they woke us up. So nice, easy waters, pretty waters. The water's a nice blue-green color. It's a beautiful lake. No wind, of course, and they can have waves as big as you see out in the ocean, I'm told. Anyway, so what else? Guess go over here to the bike right quick. I can see kind of the way I'm set up. Got my orange Mike Kimball water bottles, and had some work done at Bike and Fitness in 2 Rivers, right up the road from Manitowoc, and they changed the chain out. It was completely out of tolerance, and got it adjusted, and sold me the water bottles and so on. I just wanted to point something out. I had noticed in this assembly here, I had begun to notice a few days prior to Manitowoc a clicking noise when I would move my my steering tube. And after picking it up from the bike shop, I started, it would seem to be getting worse, so I started doing a little closer checking, and lo and behold, the screw right here, which I bought at a hardware store, was missing. It's a 6mm. I wanted a socket head, and they didn't have it, but this will get me to the next big town so I can get a socket head. But I thread locked it. I had thread lock in my toolbox. 6mm coarse metric thread. So I had been riding for some time, and I don't know how long. I only noticed it, 4 or 5 days maybe before getting into Manitowoc. If this screw, which is threaded into a female shaft, if that had have come out, then I would have lost my steering. I think I would have seen that begin to move, but I didn't see the other one, so it either was shipped that way, and I doubt that, because the shot is good, and they've, this bike has served me well. So today I'm going to be within about 30 miles of 2,000 miles for this trip. So a lot of vibration, a lot of pulling and pushing and so on that steering tube. Okay, last one is a story. I stopped in a little town called Luther to eat a hamburger. I've found that if I stop and eat now something like chicken, you guys that ride with me know, those of you that get sick when you see me eat chicken or hamburgers, I can do a whole lot better. I get rejuvenated. Well, I think that's part of the reason why I've been fatigued this trip, at least up after the first 3 weeks. I started getting really fatigued, but I wasn't stopping. I was stopping on the side of the road and eating a sandwich. And so now I'm taking 30 minutes, or at least yesterday I did, and I ate a hamburger in a bar. And it was good, and it sustained me, and I feel pretty damn good today after that almost 100 miles. So maybe that's part of what I need to do. As it turns out, when I was sitting there, this guy behind me slowed down, was looking, trying to figure out what I'm doing. As I was sitting there, this old man, maybe a few years older than me, not much, came in and sat down at the bar. He had speckles on, nice pressed khakis, and he whispered something to the waitress, and she went in and got him a can of Budweiser. And she came back out and handed it to him. So I sat there, and he started scribbling on a notepad. I don't know what he was scribbling, but so I said, I'll strike up a conversation with him. I said, so they catch any fish around here? And he said, I wouldn't know. I'm not a fisherman. All I do, or what I used to do, is drink. I like drinking. I had to quit drinking because my doc told me that my liver was good for nothing but a doorstop. And so I had to quit drinking. But I said, well, yeah, if I wasn't on the bike, I'd be drinking a beer, but I got to drink water right now. Yeah, well, I like my beer, and so that's what I do. And he didn't want. He just went on scribbling, so at one point he stopped and he looked up. He said, there's a lot more old drunks than there are old doctors. Those doctors aren't always right. And I said, I've heard that sounds like a song, man. So then I finished and I paid and I used the bathroom and I was walking out and I said, well, it was good talking to you. He said, happy trails, son. Happy trails to you. So there's my story. That was Luther. The interesting experience. Oh, there was a little story about two women having a fight there the weekend before. So you never know what you're going to hear. That's it. I'm on the road heading to Midland, Michigan, not Texas, Midland, Michigan today, 60 miles. I got about 55 more to go, and I'm going to be down that road right there. Y'all have a good day.